See, I got an issue with this guy. I got a major issue with this guy. I do. Now, I know a lot of people like to look at 50 Cent like, oh man, he's so smart. Oh man, he's so witty. Oh man, he be getting back at him, man. He be snapping. Oh, whoop-de whoop-de whoop. And it's funny because he has slick stuff to say to men. But the truth is, his nastiest comments and his nastiest commentary is usually reserved for females, which is weird because that's not a heterosexual man's way. Like, I don't see a bunch of heterosexual men running around always picking fights with women and looking to snap at women and to go back and forth with women. And this isn't like um, your typical manosphere crap. Like, he likes to be really nasty with women. Really nasty. So for him to sit there, and it would have been nice for him to give her a little grace. Like, he could have easily have said, I'm surprised she still thinks about me after 20 some odd years. I'm surprised I made that kind of impact in her life. Like, we were together for a short time and it didn't work out. It's kind of sweet that she still regards me that way. Like, he could have been gracious in that moment. He could have totally been gracious. You want to know what's funny? What straight man wants anything playing with his anus? I don't know a straight man that wants that. I'll never forget my first husband when he first started wanting the anal play, the booty hole play. That's when I knew I had fucked up. Like, seriously, like, people like to make him, and people encourage him. They encourage his ignorance. They encourage his weird stuff. You're sitting here joking about a woman tossing your salad. Why do you want a woman's tongue in your ass? Because usually that's for the homosexuals. That's for the hummus people. Usually that's how they rock. It's the hummus that like people playing in their booty hole. You know? That sounds very Diddy-ish. But see, he gets away with a lot of stuff. He gets to say a lot of things that a lot of people don't hold him accountable for. And meanwhile, I don't think he's ever been married. I don't think he's ever settled down. Now, we do know that he has children. The question is his choice of baby mom. Now, let's get to this hoe right here. Let's talk about it because see, this is his one of his little makeshift families. He has older children who he doesn't get along with. He has older children who he's been very rude with, very snippy with online. He shuts them down real fast. And in my opinion, I think he's just as much as a financial abuser as Diddy is. He loves using money to control people. The people in his life, he loves using money to control them. He's always talking about it. Yes, that's his baby mom, Auntie Leah. That's Daphne Joy. That's Daphne Joy. That's victim. That's Jane Doe. What, number 2 or number 4? No, number 2. This is the one that was so excited to testify. This was the one who treated going to court as a freak off thingamajig and was excited about it. You want to know what was even more in bad taste? When he was online and somebody asked him about this trick ass bitch right here. And he started laughing about how he was going to have to explain to his son, that his mom was an ain't shit hoe. And he might have to take a little heat because that's his mama. And he was laughing about it. What's so funny? What's so funny? You want to know what's sad? He's a better interior designer than she is. And I'm going to be very honest with you. In fair use, this is my opinion, mixed with a few receipts. I know a few industry people, executives, who've all said that this man is gayer than a $2 bill. Thank you, Auntie Leah. This is all alleged, but it's what I've been told by several people. And the truth is, if you look at how bitchy he is, because he's bitchy. I don't think he's cunning. I don't think he's clever. I think he's bitchy. That's what I think. He has a very, very, very zesty attitude, in my opinion. And the truth is, he knew she was a whore. Period. Exactly. Why is he talking about Diddy? Because he can. Are we forgetting that this is the same dude that said that Diddy sent him freak off videos with Cassie, and he called Diddy and asked Diddy? He spoke about it in a damn interview. He said he called Diddy and he asked Diddy, hey man, why would you send me a picture? Ain't this your girl? I thought you loved her. Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And he said, oh man, she loves it. She loves this stuff. He was trying to recruit him into the party. Remember, he wanted to take him shopping and buy him clothes. Do you honestly think the diddler would have asked if he didn't thought he had a shot? Because there's plenty of straight men that he's been around and he ain't never tried that with. And I can tell you about a couple. So why did he feel as though it was appropriate to ask him? I just find it funny that he gets to say these really weird things and people don't ever say anything. It's funny because he actually had evidence of a freak off in his phone and he had it years before Diddy's house was ever raided. And you don't hear about him turning any of that stuff over. You want to know what else nobody heard about? Now, in the midst of him doing this Netflix documentary that, in my opinion, I don't think is ever going to come out. He sold the rights to Netflix. He didn't sell the film. And I guarantee you, ain't nobody at Netflix even seen dailies. I bet you they haven't even seen dailies. I bet you they haven't even seen a storyboard for this so-called documentary. He sold the rights. It's called a cash and grab. But you want to know what's funny? Yeah, it said Diddy was calling him at 4:30 in the morning. Yeah. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? The question is he going to put the freak offs in the documentary, and will Daphne Joy be playing herself? Who's directing this shit? But yeah, what I do find interested in, and spoiler alert, I'm about to say something that's gonna hurt people's feelings. Cause see, I actually have recordings. Like I actually have recordings of some of my conversations with Derek. And it's funny because there's so many content creators that went out of their way to try to disparage Derek, disprove Derek, and we're doing more research and we're working on more things. But one of the things that Derek shared with us was that 50 cents sent producers to the jail to interview Derek for the documentary. Interesting. Very interesting. Derek has alleged that he's actually spoken to 50 Cent in the midst of him doing his Diddy mentory. Did he do it? Why would 50 Cent be going to the jail to interview Derek? Why would he be sending producers to Michigan to the jail to interview Derek? Like, the stuff that people talk about and don't talk about, I don't get. But I want to ask Curtis, like, were you just gassing Derek up? Because allegedly, Derek said you you called him, you sent producers to the jail to interview him about all you knew about the diddler. Now the question is, were you doing it for the documentary, or were you trying to see exactly how much information he has so you could go back to the powers that be and tell them where they needed to shut him down, or what you would make sure never came out? See, that's what I want to know, Curtis, with your weird ass. And Derek spoke very highly of him. It was very hard for me to keep my composure and not say how I feel about this periwinkle freaking interior designer weirdo dude. Like, I I had to hold my tongue. Maybe 50 really is working for the feds. Maybe he is. Because I'm telling you something right now. Allegedly, he interviewed Derek before the trial. Whatever information he gave you, if you thought it was true, why didn't you hand it over to the prosecution? Hmm? For the trial? Hmm? Like, people need to stop looking at this opportunist like he's a good freaking dude. If you knew that your baby mom had been brutalized by this weirdo and that she was on film being turned into a freaking toilet and God knows what else, being penetrated in every which way you could possibly think of, having all kinds of bodily fluids put all over her, stuff that she rubbed all over the diddler and did all of this stuff, we're supposed to believe Cassie is the only one that got hit with the VD? That's what we're supposed to believe? Because you was with her after Diddy. She was with Diddy before you and after you. We heard all about the diseases that were being passed around, all of these freak people. And we supposed to believe you ain't never get sideswiped? Like I said, that diaper rash will make you cranky. Maybe that's where all those bitchy rashes, I mean, bitchy adages and all of that bitchy conversation comes from. Maybe that's where it comes from. Maybe on those outbreak days, you really just get in your feelings and you go Twitter fingers on the world because you're mad that you chose to get a whore pregnant. Like I said, I find it very interesting that everybody is, because see, Daphne Joy 38 now. This is Vivica Fox at 38. Daphne at 38, Vivica Fox at 38. Daphne Joy at 38, Vivica Fox at 38. It's like you keep choosing to date women in the same age bracket, and then when they age out of that, you go back and you get somebody younger again. Like you you keep dating the same age, bro. I guess you got a fetish. I guess there's a certain kind of woman that you want around. But see, this is the difference between Vivica and this slut right here. See, oh yeah, I forgot. She was with this guy too. But then again, who wasn't she with? Vivica, his baby mom, not going to say she was victimized. 50 would have been on his own if he told what happened to her. Oh, yeah, that's what you're thinking? I'm just trying to figure it out. Cause see, the one thing that Vivica Fox ain't got no pictures. She ain't got no pictures. You know, I've heard people talking about, oh, she was with 50 and she screwed it up, and then she was with this ball player, and she was with this football player, and she was with the guy 6'9" and divorced him. Da 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 da. You whoopty whoopty whoop. But guess what's not in her resume? See, Quentin Tarantino is in Vivica's resume. The diddler is not. Once again, Vivica has made mention. And once again, what have I been telling y'all about these celebrity dudes? What have I been telling y'all? In my opinion, you're going to find very few of them that ain't zesty. And these were in his much younger days, not long after prison. He spent a lot of time in jail. I wonder if anybody ever really spent time talking to his cellies. I know a guy that was in jail with him. He has some interesting things to tell me, but I'll spare y'all the details. Yeah, Vivica has called him out. She has. Let's just be very clear. Considering that he shared this whore with the diddler, he shouldn't have anything to say about Vivica because she came after Vivica. So, in my opinion, everything went down for him. Like I need y'all to understand. See, that's her with 50 cents on the left, and then that's her walking off into the sunset with the diddler on the right. Y'all understand? You understand what I'm saying? Like this is his baby mom. He left a class act like Vivica Fox to do this. Like Vivica Fox doesn't have Jane Doe on her resume. This bitch do. She's also of a different. I just find it funny that he runs down and he's real catty and real nasty with the sister, but you don't hear him. No, he put a baby in her. He would have been better off having a child with Vivica Fox. She came after Vivica, not before. He stepped down, all the way down, to share a Diddy bop with the nastiest ninja in all of hip hop. I'm, ooh, those was bars. He stepped all the way down, 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 down. Mm. Played so many games in his booty hole brown just to run off with a Diddy bop. Mm. Mm. And you don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Lord have mercy. I can't. No, but I'm just saying, I think it's real funny because people like to run their mouth and they like to talk crazy and they like to be disrespectful. They like to say all of these things. They want to be cute, they want to be cheeky, they want to be nasty. But you you sharing you went from a woman who does iconic movies and who does iconic films. You went from a woman who paved the way for so many other black actresses to get, major motion picture gigs, and she's one of the first black actresses of our time, of our contemporary time, that was able to cross over into real blockbuster films with directors that never considered using African American actresses before. Like, you went from that to this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You put a baby in this freak off weirdo who couldn't wait. Daphne Joy attends the Miss Diddy's toast to she Miss Diddy. Yeah. Yeah, two of his baby mamas on the Diddy Do-Wop list, and we supposed to believe you didn't know about the freak offs. We supposed to believe. What were you thinking, Curtis? Like, what were you thinking? You dipped your unprotected wick into these very troubled waters. You impregnated these incubus, a viral plague. These women, they turned their mouths into toilets and they gargled urine for money. I guess you didn't give her enough money, but they say you cheap, Curtis. They say you so cheap, she ran back to the diddler for a fresh cup of piss. That's how cheap you are. Like, that's how weird you are. You making babies with Diddy's leftovers. That's how weird you are. But then again, it could get worse. It could get worse. You could make worse choices.